White House said today that President Biden spent some of the hours this afternoon fine-tuning the State of the Union address. Trust me, that's an elastic concept. Former speechwriter for former President Obama and author David Litt joins us now. What does fine-tuning mean just hours before the speech, David? I mean, come on.
Fine-tuning, I think, is one of those great political euphemisms. Right? It could mean a lot of different things.
Could mean just about anything.
Yes. I think one of the things about, I was to say Vice President Biden, as he was when I was working for the president, he was very known for working with the speechwriters. He's going to be working with them right up until the last minute. Sometimes they might be bigger changes. They could also be a word here or there, a comma. And sometimes those are the things that make a big difference in the speech.
And we were talking earlier about how these speeches can be long. This is seen as kind of a kickoff to the campaign. Is there a way to kind of get everything in a shorter period of time, or do they have to be these kind of big, robust speeches?
Well, if there's a way to do a short State of the Union that you know of, I think every speechwriter would love to know it. But they do get long. The big difference now, even compared to a couple of years ago, is so many of these moments are going to live on social media. So 30 seconds at a time, and that might be what many people see. That might be all they see of this speech. So it's this long speech made up of these discrete moments.
And how do you create a discrete moment when one of the obligations of a speechwriter is to prevent a narrative arc?
So I think it's a real challenge because you do want to tell this big story, but you have to meet people where they are, and where a lot of people are right now is the internet. And so I think one of the best ways to do it, you're going to see the guests who are, not the president, but are people who represent often the best of America, and those moments, those interactions. And that's a big deal for President Biden because he's always been best one-on-one. He's just so great as a retail politician. So I think if he has a moment tonight where he's really connecting with an individual that people can empathize with, that's going to be a really special thing. That might be the kind of thing that kind of has legs online after the speech.
And are there ways to encourage kind of these organic moments? I mean, leading into this, we played that clip from former President Obama, and we've seen that from President Biden before, too. How much does that allow?
Moments for spontaneity.
I think spontaneity is always hard to manufacture. Right? That's the eternal
By
challenge.
definition,
yeah. But I think the important thing with the clip you played from President Obama earlier, and also President Biden's challenge tonight, the State of the Union didn't used to be interactive, right? This used to be a sort of one-person speaking speech, and I think it is now almost expected that we're going to see back and forth. So this is something that might come up, and I think it might be something that, in some ways, again, it does kind of play to Biden's strengths. He's always liked to mix it up a little bit, so I think it might be more fun.
David, when the budget's written, everyone's putting their requests in. Also, agencies put their requests in for State of the Unions.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons it gets longer, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's always a huge challenge for speechwriters in any speech, but especially a big defining speech like a State of the Union, because if you work for a federal agency, you might spend all year trying to get your policy priority into this speech, and it ultimately ends up, some speechwriter who doesn't know anything about that policy, i.e. someone like me, is going to end up deciding, is this the thing that the president says? Is this the thing everyone's focused on? Or is it something else? So it is a little bit competitive in that way, and there's good reason for that.
And go ahead, Caitlin.
I was just going to say, well, one thing about being a former speechwriter is tonight you can just sit back and relax without the pressure of having to see the words being written.
We need to thank you.
We need to thank you very much, although we could talk about this for a while because it's fascinating. David, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.